Hey everybody, Mark Presley here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Grinch chair. That's right, a Grinch chair. This is my second Grinch chair that I'm making, and the first one was pretty successful. I picked up this chair at the thrift store. It cost maybe $11, and I thought it'd make a great fit for a Grinch chair once I modify it. So for starters, I got this like stretchy material at Hobby Lobby. This is going to be great for dressing up the Grinch chair and Christmasing it up a little bit. So let's get started. So right now I'm just tacking all of the fabric using a staple gun. It'll help keep it in place. So as you can see, I got the seat cushion part done, and now I'm going to upholster the back here. It's looking good so far. Now, before I upholster the chair, I'm going to work on the throne. I got this at Hobby Lobby. This is going to go on the back side of the chair to give it some height. Give it that real Grinch, like king type look. So I have some cushion here, and I'm just going to trace this out so that way when I poster it, it's going to have a little bit of cushion to it. There you got it. All right, so I cut the arch out, and that's just going to go right over it, and I'm going to fasten it in place with the staple gun and maybe a few screws. I like using the foam because once I put the upholstery on, I'm going to put some buttons around the arch, and it's going to give it a nice puckered look. You'll see later on. Next, I'm going to drill some holes in the back of the chair. That's going to help keep the arch in place. So now I bolted the throne to the back of the chair, and now I'm going to take it off and upholster it. It's starting to look pretty good. So now I have the throne and I'm going to upholster it. But before I upholster it, I'm going to mark out where I'm going to put the buttons holes on the other side here. So I'm going to use a T-square, and I'm just going to mark off where I'm going to put the buttonholes. And then I'll be drilling a hole all along here where the buttonholes are going to be so I could fasten the buttons. I'm going to do it every maybe 4 inches. So I made all the markings where I'm going to put the buttonholes, and now I'm going to drill them out. So now I have all the holes drilled out for my markings for the buttons. And now this is my favorite part. I'm going to upholster the fabric. When you put the fabric on, you really want to stretch it so that way it's nice and snug, nice and taut on the front side. And not worry too much about the appearance on the back side because that's eventually going to be covered. Looks pretty good. Now I'm going to poster the back side of the chair. And as you can see, it's already coming together. It's going to look great. So as you can see, I upholstered the chair and also the throne part, which is going to be attached to this. What I want to do is I want to try to hide this little gap here. I also put a little hole here, and this is where the bolt goes in to fasten the throne. So eventually we'll get bolted there. But I want to clean this up a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some foam here, and I'm just going to kind of roll it up a little bit. And I'm going to wrap some of this fabric that I have left over around here. So it's going to kind of give it a nice little pillow effect. We're going to see what happens after I wrap that cloth around here. So first I'm going to decide how thick and wide I want it. This happens to fit almost perfectly lengthwise. I'm just going to roll this up a few times. This is this foam that I got at, you could get at Hobby Lobby or Walmart. So right about there. So I'm going to just cut it. That should work. So I'm going to use a little tape here, a little duct tape, just to keep that form, that roll that I'm going to make in place. So I'm going to roll it up. It's going to go right about there. Go, and then we'll do the other side here. Next, I'm going to put the fabric on. So I'm going to kind of just eyeball this. And this is just going to pretty much be stapled to the chair. All right, so I'm going to just take the fabric and wrap it around. And then I have some cutting scissors, and I'm just going to cut that fabric there. And then this is basically going to get wrapped around the foam. And then it's going to be stapled to the chair here. Now I'm going to work on the back portion of the throne, this arch here. And I'm going to install some buttons here. These are some gold buttons that's going to give the throne a nice accent. And they're going to go kind of around the arch of the dome, or throne, whatever you want to call it. And I also numbered them. I put 2 holes around the perimeter so I can allow the sewing for the needle to go in and out. So I'm now going to get started with installing the buttons. No, not the buttons! Well, as you can see, the Grinch chair is starting to come along here. I put the backing on, and I installed the buttons. And, you know, I thought while I'm at it, it'd be kind of nice if I had some armrests for the chair. So I found this 2x4 laying around, and I'm going to modify this a little bit. I'm going to install some armrests on the chair on both sides, and yeah, we're going to see how this comes out. So I just added the armrests, and I think that really is going to add to, it looking like a throne. Woo! That felt good. Of course, I have to add the upholstery. So, yeah, I'm going to be getting to the upholstery. And, yeah, like I said, it's coming along. Next, I'm going to add this padding to the armrests, and then I'm going to upholster it. I found this at Walmart. This is actually leggings. That's right, leggings. And so I'm going to use this. I thought this would be a great addition to the armrests. So this is going to actually be the upholstery that I'm using, that I'm going to put on the armrests. I just installed the foam padding on the chair. Next, I'm going to upholster it. Now, this foam padding can be pretty expensive, and I need a little area here that I'm going to be upholstering, but I want a little bit of, foam cushion. I spent, I'd say, close to $20 for a roll of foam at Walmart. And since I just have a little area that I want to cover up, I decided to go a cheap route, and I thought I'd be creative, and I'm going to use a sock. So the sock is just going to go right on to the chair here, like so. And then eventually what I'm going to do is once it's on, I'm then going to add the fabric to the chairs of the leg. So I got these at the dollar store. And, when I came up with the sock idea, I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll just go to the dollar store and see if I can find Christmas socks. I think that would be a cool touch. You have like Christmas socks on the chairs. We'll see. I'll update the video. Right now, I'm going to upholster the arms using leggings that I got at Walmart. So next, I'm going to upholster the legs. I already did it on these two sides here, but I wanted to show you what I used here. I got this at the dollar store. This is actually a table runner, and I already used one side of it, but so basically I just place it right over the leg like this, and then I tack it in. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I was a little bit short on foam. And so instead of foam, I didn't want to go to Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and pay almost another $20 for foam. And I wanted to give the legs a little bit of extra padding. So what I did is I just purchased some socks, and I pulled up the socks over the legs, and then I put this fabric over it. So it just gave it a little bit of cushion. Now I'm going to move on to the back legs. I'm finally down to the final stages of the Grinch chair. This is my last installation, I guess you'd say. I'm going to finish it off with a nice G for the Grinch. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. They sell various sized letters, and I basically just spray painted it. This wreath, I just thought shouted out Christmas and Grinch. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fasten the G in there, and then that's going to go above the throne. So I'm going to just drill a few holes here, and then I'm going to fasten it using zip ties. All right, so I'm almost done with my Grinch chair. Check it out. It's looking pretty darn good. I'm going to finish it off with inserting this wreath that has the letter G in it. A nice little touch for the Grinch. So I'm going to just fasten that right there. And then once I fasten it, woo, I'm done. All right, here we go. I got to work on my dance skills. All right, so we're going to just insert the letter G right here. Right about there would be a great spot, I think. right. One more screw here. I'm so excited to be done with this. So I'd say altogether, I might have spent $100 with material with this, but it was well worth it because if you were to buy anything online like this, it cost an exuberant amount of money. I've seen thrones going for like $800. So very good. Looks good. All right. I am done. I'm so excited here. Check it out. Have a great one. Thanks for tuning in. Mark Presley here. Have a spectacular day. Merry early Christmas. And that's my Grinch chair that I made.